Hey, what's good, fam? It's your boy DJ Fanatic Beats, content contributor for LiveOffBeats.com. Welcome to this video where I break down one of my popular beats currently, just showing you the elements, the behind the scenes of, why I think it's popping. I don't know, a lot of people are gravitating to it, getting a lot of plays on it, and hopefully some sales soon. So anyway, if you like to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at DJ Fanatic Beats. Fanatic is spelled P-H-A-N-A-T-I-C, or Instagram as well at Sounds for Producers. So let's start out. For this track, it's more towards the trap side. It has a lot of energy into it. I think that's why a lot of people are feeling it, because it's aggressive, it's in your face. So check it out. Started out with this loop right here. I didn't pitch it. I started to pitch it up or down or whatever. It didn't sound right to me, so I kept it the same pitch, which I rarely do. But and I did some little stuff here on the 8 bars at the end of the 8 bars, and just did some reverse and kind of chopped it up a little bit and did a different phrase, because it starts to become too competitive. Sometimes you want to do little change ups like that towards the end of every 4, 8 bars or 16 bars or whatever, just to give it a little movement. So started out with this loop. I'll let it go here so you can hear the end part. And just chopped it up right here. So just chopped it up here. You can easily grab your cutting tool and then, do whatever pattern you want. And here is actually I made unique. What do you call it? Make unique, and reverse the same sample. Just hit the reverse button. That way is a little piece of it that reverses there. Next I added was, I think it was like these little plucks, I think, and funky fingers. So check it out. Something really simple, but when you put it all together, you're like, yo, that was dope. So I have like these little 2-note chords, and I think I made 3, like a 3-note chord, and then just took out 1 or inverted it or whatever. But sometimes simplicity can really push a beat forward. So these are just simple 2-note chords, and what I did is have like a melody over top, like this little happy, not happy, but it's more creepy than happy, but it's like this melody on top of it. So in your beats, you can do stuff like that, have simple chords and throw a melody on top. So check it out. And actually with processing, I think did I do anything? No. So check it out. Next I added, I think I used the same instrument. Yep, same instrument, I believe so. What is that? A juice clock. Check the other one. Yeah, so I used the same instrument, but I did a different melody. So here's the other melody I came up with. And let's hear all 3 of those together so far. So now you hear it building. So like I mentioned in other videos, you want to have like a good contrast. Notice the vocal part is really full and they're just singing, I don't know what they're saying, but it's more like a pad. It's very full. So I was like, let me get something that contrasts that. And this is very important in your beats, because you don't want like 4 or 5 pads all playing chords. That's just too much. It starts getting too cluttered musically, and people tend to push that away, when you have too many of the same elements, and it just starts sounding really muffled and just too much. So here's a contrast. You got like a vocal loop, which is kind of really full and lush, and then you have a contrast of plucks, and I think that's why people are starting to feel it. But of course the drums when I get to it, so you'll hear what I did with that. So the next sound I use, I think it was just another melody, softer melody, so check it out. And that's with Omnisphere. So that was like a soft pad. So that's just to build momentum into the chorus. You notice like in the rest of the beat I kind of took it out because I didn't want it to be too full with sound. So we're going to start getting to the drums. So all of that together, boom, 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 and let's just hear what it sounds like. So next I started adding some, it was a hit I believe, yeah, like some type of stab or whatever at the beginning of the bar. You'll hear that eventually. Here, let's hear it now. I forgot which sound I chose. A very, very layered hit, but it has a lot going on, and it was difficult to pitch that. So when you have those type of sounds, try to pitch it as close as possible to the key. There were so many notes in that I had to kind of do it by ear and finagle it. So that is a challenge right there. But also you can lower it in volume. Notice it's actually kind of high. Maybe I ended up pitching it perfectly. I usually don't put anything out of key when I make music. So let's get into the drums. I added, I think, a snare next. And notice the snare is actually very simple, straightforward snare, nothing too crazy. But I use Fruity Stereo Enhancer to kind of widen the sound and make it a little more full, so it crosses the spectrum a little better, and it just sounds a lot better with that, just a little bit of stereo enhancement. Next I think it's the kick, so let's check it out. Nah, it's a bounce snare. So I use like another light snare to kind of give it that bounce. So here's the pattern I chose. And here is, I think, hi-hats that I chose to go crazy with. Notice the pattern is insane. Yeah. So with hi-hats, you can do little stuff like this, high, and make movement up above the steady rhythm of the hi-hat and below it. So you can do some crazy stuff like that as well, just to make your beat a little more unique and you. So here we go, with all of the elements except for the 808 and the kick. So here it is with the hi-hat. And it jumps right into the beat right there. So let's bring in the kick and the 808 for good luck. The 808 obviously is going to be very aggressive. That's typical in trap music. The kick, the drums just hit very hard, and you want to make sure your drums go crazy. And that doesn't mean just turn them up loud. You got to learn how to use compression, learn how to EQ drums, learn your craft, that way everything isn't like just distortion and just turned up, and you have frequencies clashing, you got frequency masking. You want to keep learning audio wise as well, mixing wise, because you can make the dopest beat, but if it's not sounding real clear and real good, you're failing. You're not doing yourself justice. It could be a really dope beat, and we got some awesome producers out there, but you got to know that other part of it as well. I mean, it's very helpful to know that other part. There's something else I was gonna say, and I also think that's why this beat, people are just digging it, because it's mixed well and there's not much clashing going on. So I'm gonna stop talking, hit this play button so you get to hear the rest of the elements. Let's go. And hopefully you're digging it. I noticed there was like a little error that I didn't like in this beat, being that I already bounced the tracks out and all that. The 808 actually runs over after this chorus. You notice it goes bong right into the verse. Listen right here. See, it goes wah. So you can make unique, and a quick way to, there's another way you can do, but a quick way to just make it stop is choose another note and just turn the velocity down, and it should cut itself off. So let's find out if it does. Usually that works. See? And it cut itself off. And the second verse, I switched it up a couple times, but that's just, what I like to do in some beats is just have the second verse sound a little different. And I did a hard close on this one, like a stinger at the end, so it just stops. So here's the ending. So yeah, that is a recent beat that I did. A quick little breakdown for y'all. The mixing wise, I didn't do too much craziness. The plucks are pan opposite direction, no stereo separation. Mastering, Neutron 2, Ozone 8, tonal balance control. Did a bunch of different things in there to make it just really sound good, and actually had to turn all those off for the video. That way, there's no underruns and everything's working smoothly, so I can demonstrate, the beat breakdown. So yeah, not many elements in here, not too crazy with the mixing. Things just started falling together really well, and I thought the beat sounded pretty dope. The loop, actually, there's just some pitching issues that I didn't like, but I just kept it there. And trap doesn't have to be pristine and perfect. Sometimes just a little bit of grit definitely can go a long way. So like a little bit of discord, a little wrongness, if you will. So anyway, again, is DJ Fanatic Beats, content contributor for LiveOffBeats.com. Shout out to the homie Postman. Also, if you like to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at DJ Fanatic Beats. That's PHANATIC, or Instagram as well at Sounds for Producers. Keep working on your craft, keep developing, and hopefully this video inspired you and showed you maybe something different you'll try today. Peace and blessings, y'all.